everyone. Welcome to Yoga for Cancer. I'm Tari, and I'm here in my home studio to bring you a class that is going to focus on bone and balance building. But first, I want those who might be watching on a device such as an iPhone or an iPad, and you want to see the whole gallery of who we have in our gallery, who's joined me in the online gallery studio. You need to swipe right on your iPhone or iPad. Anybody else, go up and put on gallery so that you can see all of the people who've joined me here in this virtual studio. I have Dale and Sheila and Kathleen. And we're going to get started. So first of all, welcome to my house and welcome to your house. And we're going to explore the house that is your house, which is the body. Our bodies are our house, not the ones that we live in, but our body. And we need to set a really good foundation. The foundation starts with how you are seated. I'm sitting on a fair stack of mats and blocks, and I have CD covers underneath my thighs to hold up my body. You may have other props that you might use, but whatever. We want to sit as comfortable as you can, cross-legged if you can, in a chair is good too. But setting that foundation is the first step in yoga. So as you sit, feel the largest bone in your body, which is our hip bones. And maybe even take your hands and rock that bone back and forth just a little bit until you find it into a nice upright position where you can lengthen your belly, lengthen the front of your spine. Now, mind you, this is not what we do most of the day as we are sitting in our computers or in our cars, but that's what we come to yoga for, is to learn how to build the foundation of our body, which is made out of bones. Just as we pour a foundation in our house, we set the foundation for our practice by lifting our hips upright. And then out of those hips, we stack all of the vertebrae of our spine until we get to the very top of our spine. And then we place this big bowling ball of our skull right on top of it. So feel the stacking of your bones. Feel the foundation of your house. And then let the muscles and skin of your body fold over it. Just lay those muscles and skin all over that foundation. Then take your one hand and place it on your heart, and another hand placing it on your belly. And we're going to do a bit of breath work before we start. As you breathe in, of course, what happens? The chest rises, the lungs fill, and as you breathe out, what happens? Well, some of us are feeling with our belly that there is a contraction in the abdomen. Breathe in again like that for yourself 2 more times. Fill the balloon of your lungs with the breath in, and release the breath, almost like you're squeezing it out of a toothpaste tube. And then I want you to take the hand on your heart and using the back of your hand, place it on your sacrum, on your lower spine. So we now have our lower body, our core, sandwiched between our 2 hands. Breathing in, we can feel the lengthening of the front of the body. Now, how do we keep our foundation upright? It's with the muscles. As you breathe out, the muscles of your core release that breath, squeeze the toothpaste. Inhale again, float the heart, fill the chest, But as you breathe out, feel the engagement of those muscles. One more. Inhale and exhale, engaging the core of your abdomen. Now release your hands and bring them out to the side. So in building our foundation of our bones, we then layer over that our muscles. It's the muscles that hold our foundation up and keep it in balance so it doesn't fall over. That's what our class is going to be about today, exploring many poses that help us not just use weight to build bone, but how the muscles work to build bone. So keeping your arms out like this, feeling the upright spine. As you inhale, turn your palms up and wow, feel what happened in your chest. Did it not expand? And then as you exhale, slowly let the palms towards the back and engage your muscle to round it just slightly. Two more. Inhale. Feel those back muscles engage. That's what's holding up your foundation, your house. And the exhale is strengthening those muscles in your core. One more. Inhale. And then exhale. Now, the next time you inhale, turn the palms up and let the arms begin to lift till they come straight up towards the ceiling. Or maybe it's more comfortable for you to be in cactus. But in any case, we're going to bring our hands and interlace them behind our skull. Here's a wonderful place where we can really feel how that spine is holding up our body, and how when we inhale and open up the chest and let those elbows go wide, as we exhale, rounding. So this is our cat and cow, letting the head rest as I inhale and lift the spine up again. Now, as I exhale, I'm going to twist over to the in-breath, brings us back to center. Exhale, twist us to the right. Inhale brings us back to center. And as I exhale, I'm going to bring my left hand down. Engage that right side as I lift the right elbow up, side bending over to the left. Inhale back to center with the left hand. Exhale, right hand down. Elongate and lengthen first, and then side bending over to the right. Inhale back to center, and two more times that whole sequence that opens up the spine. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, a slight tucking of the chin, forward bend. Inhale back and open, strong foundation. Exhaling left. Inhale, long spine. Exhaling right. Inhale and bring the left hand down, right elbow up. Exhale, side bending to the left. Inhale back to center with the left hand. Exhale the right hand down. Elongate first and then side bend over to the right. Inhale back to center with a big breath. Open up the chest and a little cow pose back bend. Exhale comes into our cat pose. In breath brings that strong foundation to center. The exhale twists you left. The inhale center, and the next exhale twist you right. Inhale to center as you exhale, left hand down. Elongate first, and then side bend over to the left. Center with the left hand. Exhale, right hand down. Elongate, and then side bending to the right. Inhale back to center. Let's stretch both arms straight up towards the ceiling. And then join me now as I uncross my legs. I'm going to use my CD covers to prop up underneath my thighs, stretch my legs out in front of me. And you can see Dale and Kathleen and Sheila, but I would much prefer that you would just feel what we are doing in your body and not feel like you have to watch them. So if you're turned sideways, that's great. You're not going to see them, and I can see you. Now, take your arms, reach them up towards the ceiling. Feel the elongation of that spine, long belly, good foundation, and then on an exhale, bring your chest forward, heart in front of your nose. Don't let that nose fall in front of your heart. So the head is lifted, looking forward, and then inhale again. Slide the arms up and slither them along your legs. The exhale again, bringing the hands down and the heart forward, folding. Look at that. Kathleen has a beautiful fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, slide them up your legs and towards the ceiling. And one more like that. It's coming forward on the exhale. The exhale brings you forward into a fold, heart in front of nose. Last one, slide the hands all the way up, stretching to the ceiling, and then bring them down onto your blankets or onto the floor. We're going to transition now onto our hands and knees. So whatever you might need to be on your hands and knees. So I'm going to suggest that you do try more to listen to my words than to watch these beautiful ladies. And also, because I'm closer to the screen now, oh my, you know, when you get on screen in these classes, it's a little scary to me sometimes. But in any case, here you are on your hands and knees. You have your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees. In fact, drop your head and look back and see if the knees are right underneath your hips. Make sure they're right underneath the hips. We're going to use our breath and muscles to increase the strength of our bones. Cancer treatments often make our bones very soft, but guess what? It happens to all of us. Our bones get soft as we age. So it's a very important thing to keep them strong. And another reason we want strong muscles and bones is because, you know, as we get older, sometimes our houses get a little wobbly, and we want to increase and strengthen our balancing. Okay, so on an in-breath, lift your tailbone up towards the ceiling, but not your head. Just lengthen the back of your neck, looking forward. As you exhale, lift the navel, lift the belly, lift that core area up towards the ceiling. Inhale again, lift the tailbone, look slightly forward into a cow pose. And the exhale is where we engage our core and lift the navel up towards the ceiling. One more, very simple cat and cow like that. The cow is the inhale, dropping the belly down, lifting the tailbone up. And the exhale is the cat pose. Then come to a neutral spine, where you feel a real long, flat spine. And using the in-breath, now we're going to really work those muscles hard. As you inhale, take your right leg back behind you. Keep the toes tucked. Don't lift that heel. Keep the toes on the floor. As you exhale, bring your nose and knee together. Inhale, lengthen that right leg out again. Exhale, nose and knee together. Inhale, one more on the right side, right leg back. Exhale, nose and knee together. Now, inhale the right leg back, keep the toes down there. And on an exhale, tighten the core and lift your left arm straight out in front of you. So it's the core muscles in the center of your body that are holding you up. Inhale again, stretch that right leg back a little deeper, left hand forward. Now, exhale and bring the nose and knee together. Elbow and knee together. Good. And then elongate that right leg again. Bring the left hand down, and we'll move to the other side. So we're going to first work on strengthening that left leg. On an in-breath, reach the left leg back, keeping the toes under. Feel that left thigh get really, really strong. As you exhale, use your core muscles to tighten into the center of your body and bring your nose to it. Inhale brings you out and extends. It's the exhale that contracts. It's that contraction that is also building muscles around the bone. When we contract the muscles, that's when we also help our bones to get strong. One more time like that, bringing the knee and nose together. And then next breath, take that left leg back, keep the toes nice and strong, reach through that left heel, and on an in-breath, let the right arm float out in front of you. Find an exhale to bring the right elbow and left knee together into the core of your body. Feel those muscles working. Do one more like that. Extend that right arm and left leg. And as you exhale, bring nose and elbow, knee and elbow together. And then bring the knee down and the hand down. And everyone should have blocks. We should have all brought our blocks or our paper towel rolls to our lesson today. Let's stack our blocks underneath our wrists. And we're going to continue to make these movements with our muscles a little bit bigger and stronger. And on, you can see, and Dale there has her wrists right underneath her shoulders, which means that she probably has to walk her knees in slightly. On an inhale, if you are ready, take your right leg back behind you. Keep those toes on the floor. Now, find that strong exhale to basically engage everything as you bring that right foot forward on an exhale, emptying the belly. Right foot right between the blocks. Now, here we're going to seesaw forward. We're going to use the breath to move that right knee forward, bringing the heart in front of the nose. And as you exhale, straighten that right leg as much as you can. It's not a runner stretch, just a little bit. Inhale, it comes forward. And exhale, pulling that right hip back. One more. Inhale, bring it forward. And exhale, bring it back. Now this time, bring the right knee next to the left knee, and we'll do the other side. We'll do the other, I call this seesaw. But what we're really doing is getting our hips in action and warming up those leg muscles, which are going to be doing some wonderful balancing poses. On an in-breath, take the left leg back. Keep the toes under. Find your exhale, the engagement of those core muscles to draw that left foot forward between the blocks. The in-breath, again, dives your heart in front of your nose and the right knee a little bit forward. Exhale, straightens that right leg as much as is possible. Oh, left leg, I'm sorry. Inhale, bring it forward. And exhale, bringing that hip back. One more like that. Inhale, it comes forward. And exhale, bringing it back. Then come to neutral. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring both knees together. So we're going to go to the larger, higher lunge version here, starting on the right side. And you can see that Sheila is putting herself up just a little bit higher, which is a good idea. Higher you go, the more support you can give that opening. What? Long belly is what we want. Inhale, right leg back. Good. On an exhale, bring that right foot forward between the blocks. Always between the blocks. Now, on an in-breath, lift that left knee, stretching that left leg back behind you. It's in the leg muscles that all the action happens. And as you exhale, straighten your right leg. Now let's do that 2 more times. In-breath brings you forward, heart in front of nose. Very important. Exhale, it pulls the hips back. Squeezing those muscles together, tightening your thighs together. Inhale forward. Exhale and back as your thighs work to tighten and move scissor together. Inhale, come forward with your right knee, and the exhale brings your left knee down onto the floor. And we'll do the other side. So just bring that right knee to join it. On an inhale, take that left leg back behind you. Reach through the heel, heart forward of nose, and exhale. Slow, slow exhale. Brings it forward. Seesaw now, but first we're going to lengthen with an in-breath that right leg, lifting the right knee up, reaching the right heel back, and then as you exhale, scissor those tight thighs together in the center of your body. Inhale brings it forward, opening the chest, long belly. And as you exhale, tighten into the core as you release the toothpaste tube. Inhale, one more like that, coming forward. And exhale, bringing it back. Now, come forward. That front knee is forward. You're looking forward. We're going to take a big step forward. We're going to lengthen back. And as you exhale, coming forward. Now look at Sheila there. Her heart's in front of her nose, but she's going to drop her hips. She's going to twirl her arms out and up towards the ceiling and coming all the way to stand. Great. Okay, now before we get started here, we're going to do, before we get started doing some step backs and standing poses, we're going to do what I call Crescent Pose, and taking and really experimenting with what happens with our leg muscles to hold us up in balance so our house won't fall over. Take one of your blocks and place the block, start between the thighs. So feet are a little bit wider, and you're going to place that block right between your thighs. And depending on how long your thighs are, it can go upright like Dale has it here, or you might need to turn it so it gives you more space. If you got long thighs or short thighs, you'll have to adjust for that. Now, squeeze your thighs into that block, okay? And feel what happens in your long front spine. You feel how that lengthens it? Great. Okay, now place your hands on your hips like Dale has. And this time, as you inhale, bring your elbows back to open up your shoulders on an inhale. And then as you exhale, tighten into that block with your thigh muscles. And as you tighten into the block, you feel your core muscle engaging. Good. Two more like that. The inhale brings the elbows back, opens and lifts the chest, creates a long belly. And the exhale tightens in to the block between your legs. Oh, there you go. All right. Now we're going to leave our blocks there for just a moment. I'm going to release the arms on an in-breath. What we did in the warm-up, turn the palms out and lift the arms all the way up on an inhale. And as you exhale, either staple the fingers together or bring them to the back of your skull and hold your head. Either way will work, depending upon what feels good in your practice. The first thing we're going to do is a little cat and cow standing. Inhale, open the chest, lift the heart. Now, as you exhale, squeeze the blocks and bring your elbows together in front of your heart. Inhale, come back, opening up the chest. And as you exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhale back to center and side bend to the right. Inhale back to center. And this time, bring your left hand down onto your side. Bring your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Inhale and reach higher. But as you exhale, bring that right arm over your right ear and slide your left hand down as you squeeze the blocks together with your thighs. Ooh, strong. Feel those muscles. Inhale, both arms straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring your right hand down onto your thigh. We always start with an in-breath before we bend. Inhale, lengthen that left side. And then side bend over to the right, sliding the right hand down and squeezing that block with your thighs. Good. Inhale all the way up to center and let the fingertips come down. Remove the block and make sure that you have a nice block tower in front of your mat. The height that you know that you need, or we'll do a little block test to begin with. So stand between your blocks. Your feet are between your block towers. And we're going to start with a little chair pose to try and reach our blocks. In order to do that, we're going to place our hands on our thighs. And remember what happened when we used our back muscles to broaden our collarbones? We're going to broaden the collarbones, engage the shoulder blades together on your back. That's an inhale. And then as you exhale, press down into your thighs and come as if you're sitting in a chair. Good. Oh, look at Dale. Her heart is in front of her nose. On an inhale, come all the way back up again. You can release your arms if you want, bringing them up, or just leave them at your side, either way. But the exhale is going to bring the hands down onto those magic buttons, onto the thighs, press into them to squat into your chair. Inhale, bring the arms up again. So the in-breath brings us up to stand. And it's the exhale that brings us into our chair pose, heart in front of nose, just like we did seated with our legs in front of us. Now, reach for your block towers. See if you can reach your block towers easily and still keep that heart in front of nose feeling. Good. If not, then get another set of blocks under there. Oh, look at Sheila. Sheila, that is a beautiful chair pose. Okay, staying here. Let's inhale our right leg back behind us. Exhale, bring that right knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to blocks. The in-breath lengthens that right leg, and the exhale brings you forward. The in-breath sweeps the arms up and out. You come to stand. And let's go right back down again on the out-breath, bringing our hands to the blocks. In-breath takes the left leg back. Exhale brings the left knee to the floor. In-breath sweeps the arms all the way out and up. And look how her hips move back. Exhale, both hands onto the blocks. The in-breath lengthens that left leg. And the out-breath, because you're using core work there to bring that left leg. The inhale sweeps your arms all the way out and up. And let's do one more on each side. Exhale, through chair, hands to blocks. In-breath, right back. Exhale, right knee to the floor. Inhale, arms out and up and torso is stacked. Our foundation. Exhale, hands to blocks. In-breath, lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bringing it forward. In-breaths up. And the out-breath brings you right back down again. Heart in front of nose. In-breath, left back. Exhale, brings the left knee down. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the arms. Lengthen your foundation, and exhale brings them onto the blocks. The in-breath lengthens that strong left leg, and the out-breath brings you forward. Inhale, come up to stand. And exhale, your arms at your side. So now we're going to move with this, but adding on some tricky little moves that are going to help build our foundation really strong. And begin to develop balance, okay? So on an in-breath, sweep the arms out and up. On an out-breath, bend the knees, hands to blocks. In-breath, right leg back. Out-breath, right knee to the floor. Okay, now this might not seem like it's any different, but you just wait. Both hands on your left thigh, okay? And rocking forward, bringing your heart forward and left knee forward. Exhale, straighten it back to an upright torso. Okay, well, two more like that. The in-breath brings you forward. And the out-breath stacks your torso on top of your right thigh. Last one, inhale forward and exhale. Now, keep your left hand where it is, but bring your right arm straight up towards the ceiling and tuck it behind your head like we have been doing already before. Now from here, we're going to do a twist and a side bend, then cat and cow. So our first one we're going to do is the twist. We're going to inhale and open the chest, lift the elbow up, and as you exhale, bring that right elbow down towards the left knee as if it's going to touch it. Beautiful. Inhale, back up towards the ceiling. Hold on tight with your left hand as you side bend over to the left. Inhale, back to center. And now bring your left hand behind your head also so you have both arms there. Inhale, take a little tiny backbone. And then as you exhale, bring everything forward, release your hands onto your blocks, okay? Inhale, lengthens that right leg. Exhale brings it forward. Fly up on an inhale. And bend your knees through chair. Exhale, hands to blocks. We'll do the other side. In breath, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to the floor. On an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And then exhale, let them both land on your right thigh. And this is an Anjali Asana is the name of this pose. It's like a little angel. Inhale, bring the angel forward, heart in front of nose. And exhale, slide the torso back upright underneath the strong foundation. 2 more. Bring the angel forward. And exhale, bring it back into the strong structure of your spine. Last one, forward. And exhale, bringing it back. Now keep your right hand there. Keep it strong on your right thigh. On an inhale, bring the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, tuck it behind your head to support that head. We're going to do the twist first. So we take a breath to open up the chest, find that long belly. And as you exhale, you're going to twist over to your right knee. Inhale, come back up. And this time as you exhale, side bending over to the right. Inhale, come back up. And let the right hand join the left hand behind the head. Open up the chest, taking a little bit of a back bend. This is tricky, but it's going to get trickier. And then as you exhale, let the hands come onto your blocks. In breath lifts that back leg, and exhale brings it forward. Drop your hips, lift your heart, and inhale, fly all the way up. And exhale, 1 breath in Tadasana, standing tall between your blocks. Okay, this is going to get a little bit more ambitious. We're going to do that same sequence from Warrior 1. So how do we get to Warrior 1? Well, the first thing we're going to do is inhale our arms straight up towards the ceiling using our shoulders. And as our exhale comes, deepening the knees, hands to blocks. In breath, taking your right leg back. Exhale, bring your right heel to the floor. Now point them a little bit forward, so 45 degrees, not 90 degrees by any means. Good. Now, climb your hands both onto your left thigh. Good. And just as we did before, you're going to keep the left hand there, pressing down in your left thigh magic button. And on an inhale, roll that right arm forward and up towards the ceiling. And with an exhale, bring the right hand to the back of your neck. Inhale, lift that right elbow, but a real big twist here as you bring that right elbow to almost touch your left knee. That's an inward twist and really engagement of the core. Inhale, it comes up, stabilize yourself with the left hand. And as you exhale, side bending over to the left. A little more ambitious on the balancing, but we're working those muscles to help us keep it balanced. Back to center, left hand, joining the right. We'll use an inhale to open up the chest, a little back bend here. And the exhale engages the core and brings both hands down onto your blocks. In breath lifts the right heel, and the out breath will bring it forward. Hips down, heart lifts. Inhale, fly all the way up to. And then as you exhale, deep bend in the knees. Let's go right to the other side. In breath brings the left leg back behind you, turning that left heel down to the floor, making sure that it's a little bit pointed forward. Both hands climb onto the right thigh. Okay, good. Now, the right hand is going to stay there, pressing down, and the in-breath is going to let that left arm sweep in front of you up towards the ceiling, and exhale, tucking it behind your head. Big inhale here. Lift that left side, and then as you exhale, you're going to reach the left elbow towards your right knee. In-breath brings you all the way back up. And right away, you're going to exhale and side bend over to the right. Inhale back to center. Let the right hand join the left hand behind your head. Support that head. Strong legs, really reaching back now with that right heel. Inhale, open the chest, take a little back bend. But the exhale brings you slowly forward as your hands come onto your blocks. Next in-breath lifts the left heel, and the out-breath brings you forward between the blocks. Drop your hips, lift your heart. Inhale, fly all the way up. And as you exhale, one breath into Tadasana. Okay, I promised you all sorts of balancing poses, and that is where we're going to begin to learn how the muscles, not just gravity and body weight, but how muscles will build bone. When the muscles suck into those bones, they are helping to build the bones. So we're going to support our weight into 3 standing on one leg poses, and then we will do a really ambitious balance. First of all, we're going to take one block, and you ladies, if you want to turn to the side, we're going to start with one block and put it on the outside of your left foot. Okay, good. Place your hands on your hips, and then place your left foot on the block. Yeah, you might want to walk your right foot in a little bit closer. So that means that the left foot is on the block and the left knee is bent, right? Okay, so keep it bent. And as you inhale, as we've been doing before, opening the chest, elongating that belly by pulling your shoulder blades together on your back, using back muscles to open up the chest. As you exhale, straighten your left leg. Okay, so it's the engagement of that exhale that draws the muscles in to help build bone. Now your right foot is free. So we're going to rock it back and forth. It could stay there just on your right big toe if you want, or you can slide it forward on an inhale, slide it back, which is harder on the exhale, but that's when your muscles tighten to that left leg. Inhale, it comes forward, open chest. Exhale, engage the core and bring that leg back behind you. Strong left leg. Suck those muscles into your left bones. Okay, and you want to do a couple more on your own breath? That's just fine. I love your t-shirt, Sheila. And then bring that right foot down onto the floor. And we're going to do the second balancing pose. So keep the left foot where it is. Left foot is on the block. Right foot is on the floor. And knee is bent. Turn that left ankle in towards your right shin. It can steady there so that we're doing a tree pose with the foot on the block. Or if you feel strong enough, you can put it on your shin. And some of you might be talented enough to reach down and pull it all the way up to your thigh. Whatever makes you feel like you are balanced. And what is making you balanced? Not that funky left knee that's out to the side, but your strong right leg, okay? So let's focus on the standing leg. Suck those muscles into your right leg. Forget about the left leg. On an inhale, let's pull our shoulders broad and come into a cactus pose. On an exhale, let's bring our cactus and clap it into, and feel that clapping in the middle as the same thing as your muscles engaging and squeezing into your right leg. Inhale out and open. And it's the exhale that claps it together as our right leg muscles tighten around the right leg bones. One last one. Inhale. And then exhale, bringing those arms together, tightening the muscles around that right thigh. Woo, okay. Now, let's come back, open, and bring the leg down and the arms down. And I want to ask you to get a second block. Put a second block on top of the one that you have there. Or a second book or whatever it is you're using at home for blocks. I hope you have blocks. All right, now put the left foot back on those 2 blocks now. And what do we have here? Well, we have a deeper bent left knee. Good. All right, so what we're going to do is take our right hand and put it on the outside of the left thigh. Right hand on the outside of the left thigh. Good. All right. Now, you might be able to hold on tight enough to that right thigh that you could reach over to there. That looks really good, but turn your shoulders so they're facing me, Sheila. Good. All right. Now, inhale the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Tuck it behind your head. Same thing we've been doing. Now, maybe you could begin to twist to the left, bringing that left elbow back behind you, and perhaps lift the right foot up off the, left foot up off the block just a little bit. See if you can come into a twist, lifting that left leg up. You can stay on the block. Oh, one foot up. She's got it almost all the way off. Good. And then inhale, come back to center. Let the arms come down. That was a lot of work on that right thigh, wasn't it? Okay, good enough. Yes, give it a hug, a little pat, and come off of your blocks. Let's just move one block and walk to the other side, and we'll do all three of those balances on the left leg. On the right leg. Take your right foot now and place it on the block. Place your hands on your thighs. Now, it's the inhale that's going to squeeze those shoulder blades together, broaden the chest. That's the balloon inflating. And it's the exhale that is going to straighten that right leg. That is the squeezing of the muscles into the bone. Okay, now 3 breaths here. The inhales floats the left foot forward maybe. And it's the exhale that squeezes the core muscles, holding you upright, making you steady, keeping you in balance, building bone. Inhale, it comes forward. Exhale, it goes back. Inhale, that's almost the easy part. And it's the exhale where we want to focus on the engagement of those muscles around the bone to hold you up. We don't want our foundation on our house to fall down. So we want to strengthen the bones and strengthen our foundation. Then last one, on your breath, let that left foot come resting on the floor. Keep the right foot on the block, but turn the heel in towards your shin. Let it stay there, or the whole foot on the shin if you don't need the block, because it's nice to just have it there, or reach down and pull it up to the inside of the thigh. Anyway, except not on your knee. All right, good. Now, again, what is doing the work here? It is not that fancy right leg. It's what's happening in the left leg that is important. So on an inhale, float the arms into cactus. On an exhale, bring the palms and elbows together and feel the squeezing of that left thigh. Inhale, open. Exhale, it squeezes everything into the center. Engage your core. Inhale, open. And exhale, squeezing the core together. Then come and release that right leg and the arms. And let's prep with the second block to come and see if we can do that one-legged twist, really testing our balance. So 2 blocks, we put the right foot on top of the 2 blocks. That means the right knee is nice and bent, and the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. So on an inhale, we're going to bring the right arm up towards the ceiling, tuck it behind the head. We're going to get ready to do the twist. And once we're in the twist, we're going to try and lift that right foot off of the block. So exhale into your twist. Inhale here and see if maybe, oh, that's beautiful, Dale. Look at how she's got that right leg lifted up off of the block. Exhale, engage everything, especially that left leg that is doing all the work, not the fancy right leg. One more breath here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, tighten around that left leg and slowly then slide everything down and off of your blocks. back to your towers at the front of your mat. Okay, I promised you a really tricky and challenging balance pose that is going to put all this together. We're going to balance, we're going to engage muscles, we're going to breathe, and we're going to build bone. So, standing between the blocks. Arms turn out as you inhale and lift the chest up, engaging your shoulder blades on your back, and the exhale bends the knees and brings the hands to the blocks. On an inhale, we're going to take the right leg back behind us, keeping that heel lifted. So now you are on 1.5 foot instead of 1 foot like you were in those other balances. You have 1.5, so that should make it easier, right? We'll see. On an inhale, begin to walk your hands up onto the left thigh. Okay, so a little trickier balance here. Dale's getting herself balanced on 1.5 feet. Good. Keeping her left hand on her left thigh, she's going to inhale the right arm straight up towards the ceiling. And then the exhale is going to bring the hand to the back of the neck. We've done this before. This is a little trickier balance. Inhale, much easier in Warrior One. Exhale, bring that right elbow towards your left knee. That really challenges the balance. So your legs are going to have to suck into those bones a lot. Inhale, coming up. Strong muscles in those legs as you exhale over to take a little bit of a bend to the left. Ooh, see how much challenging that is to your balance? Inhale back to center and bring the left hand to join the right at the back of your head. Open the chest, keep reaching back with that right heel. And then as you exhale, release everything forward onto your blocks. Well, that feels good, right? Inhale, lengthen that right leg again, and the exhale brings you forward. Drop your hips, lift your heart. Inhale, flying up, and exhale, bring your hands down onto the blocks. Left leg, it comes back. Now keep that left heel reaching. And it's when those left muscles in the thighs suck into that left leg, as you climb your hands up onto your right thigh, you're going to feel the intensity of those muscles sucking on the bones to build bone. Now, keep the right hand where it is. Left hand comes up, tucks behind the head. And let's do the twist first. So that means opening the chest, and then exhale brings you forward to almost touch that left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, bring you back up. And the exhale puts you into a side bend over to the right. Tricky, strong left leg. Inhale back to center and bring the right hand to the back of your... Now, another thing here is the right hand leaves the right thigh. Push down that right foot as you inhale, reaching back with the left heel, opening the chest, and then as you exhale, diving forward, both hands onto your blocks. Inhale, lifting that chest forward, the left heel's lifted, but as you exhale, you bring it forward. Drop your hips, lift your heart, and fly all the way up. And exhale, arms by your side. And then we're going to prepare to go, ooh, that was a lot of standing poses and a lot of balances. Strong bones, everyone. Now, on an inhale, sweep the arms out and up. On an exhale, bend the knees, hands to blocks. In breath, bring the right leg back. Exhale, right knee to the floor, very gently. Inhale here, and exhale, bring both knees together. And then slide your hips to one side to come and sit on your mat. I know for myself, I like to sit on something. So if any of you have a blanket you want to sit on, we're going to do a couple of seated poses. We're going to do half boat and half Cobblers pose. And then we're going to go into a beautiful restorative stone hedge restorative. So stretching both legs out in front of you. We'll start with the right leg. So keep that left leg really engaged. Keep reaching through the heel. On an inhale, draw the right shin in towards your chest. Hold on to the back of the right thigh. Working with the breath here and giving a little relaxation to those leg muscles. We're going to work the back muscles. On an inhale, reach that right leg forward, pointing through the right toes. As you exhale, draw as tightly into your chest as you can, bending the right knee. 2 more like that. Inhale, it comes forward. Exhale, it comes back. Can you feel the back muscles working on your backs of your spine to keep your chest lifted as you inhale? Engage those back muscles, and as you exhale, draw the navel in to the front of your spine. Great. Now bring the right foot down onto the floor. Left leg is out in front of you, and that left heel is reaching so the toes point up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into half Cobblers pose. So turn the right shin out to the side. If you can, tuck the right sole of the right foot up underneath, right next to the left thigh. Sheila needs a little support on her right knee. I do too when I do this. Okay, good. All right. Now, bring your left hand out and touch it onto the floor. Inhale your right arm up towards the ceiling. Now, as you exhale, side bend over to the left and feel the whole opening in that side body. Strong left foot, reach it up towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center, arm up, but then behind you, taking a twist to the right. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, bring the arm up. Exhale, side bending to the left. Inhale, center, and twisting to the right. Maybe your left hand rests on your right thigh for support. 1 more. Inhale, up towards center. Exhale, side bending. Inhale, center, arm up. And as you exhale, twisting to the right. Good. Now, let's come back to center and switch those legs. So on an inhale, you will reach the right leg out in front of you and keep the toes pointed up towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee. Place your hands underneath the left thigh. Use your in-breath to straighten your left leg as your chest comes forward and feel the back muscles working. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more. Inhale. Stretch and open. Exhale, draw in. Is that right foot really strong? Inhale, open, because when those toes point up towards the ceiling, exhale in. And that engages and does a little bit more of that sucking of the muscles into the bone, building bone. Inhale, last one, open. And exhale as you draw it in. And then take that left knee, bring it out to the side, tucking the left sole of the left foot on the inside of your right thigh. And here, we're going to use the right hand on the floor, lengthen the left side of your body on an inhale. And the exhale brings you over into a side bend, away from that left thigh. Ooh, that feels good. Inhale back to center. The exhale will twist you to the left, and maybe the right hand supports the left thigh momentarily. But then inhale, back to center again, bringing that left arm up, side bending as you exhale. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, twist you to the left, maybe using the right hand on the left thigh. Last one, inhale, and exhale, side bend. Inhale, center, and exhale, twisting left, maybe using the right hand. And come all the way to center. Lengthen both legs out. And all my models are going to help you show you the options for our setup for the pose that we call a Stonehenge. We build a yoga block shape of Stonehenge so that we can put our legs up on it. We get a little bit of an inversion here, and a great way to rest those legs that have worked so hard to build bone and to build balance. So you can see Dale is going to use a chair, and she's going to sit sideways next to her chair before she then, see how she tucks herself in as close as she can, and then she's going to slide off to the side before she whips her legs up onto that chair and rest. Oh, wow. Doesn't that look wonderful? I think Sheila is probably using blocks and a bolster. Yeah, look at that. She's doing the same thing, only it's a little bit more of an angle, and I can't see what Kathleen is doing. How did Kathleen build her Stonehenge? Yes, there she is. Beautiful Stonehenge, Kathleen. Good. All right. Now, what we're going to do here is a little bit of a closing, opening of the chest. So we're going to bring our arms out into a cactus pose, or if you have the room, just straight out, making a T with your body. Use the breath here for just a few moments to work the arms as you inhale, lengthen them out. And as you exhale, make that cactus clap in front of your nose, or cross one arm over the other arm, giving yourself a hug. Inhale, opens it out into a T or into cactus, whichever works best for you. But the exhale is that drawing inward. This is the magic of the exhale. The in-breath opens us out. It welcomes in the world, but it's the exhale that gives us the nurture that we need, coming center into our own house. One more, or how many more you might want to do. The opening of the door, letting yourself in as you exhale, finding yourself comfortable at home. And then begin to let the arms rest on your side, palms up towards the ceiling. It can be next to your side, or if you're comfortable in cactus pose, that can be a nice comforting feeling too. Wherever your legs are, maybe they are not on a Stonehenge, a yoga Stonehenge. Maybe they are just on the floor. Maybe they're on your couch. But wherever they are, here's where we begin to use the unengagement of our exhale. As our exhale, engage the muscles to tighten and squeeze into our bones. Now we're going to use the exhale to relax and to release. We really need to inhale to find that release, but don't exaggerate it. Don't make it bigger than any other inhale. However, let the exhale be as long and slow as you can. Each exhale taking you deeper and deeper into that space that you call home, into your house. We've built the foundation strong. We've improved our balance. If you are on your back or in your Stonehenge, draw your knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms around them. Maybe roll from side to side. Pick a side to come up on, probably the one that's away from your wall. It would be most comfortable. Come onto your side for just a moment in that half fetal position, just a second, and then push yourself up to sit. Prop yourself up. Again, find the foundation of your house. Hips upright, stacking the vertebrae, all the vertebrae of the spine. Let the shoulders grow broad as you feel the back muscles supporting that foundation. And then lift your chin slightly to support the head on top of that glorious spine, almost like a crown. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. Doing yoga does not mean that you have to do a class online. You can do yoga anytime in your house. Just remember to observe your inhale. Watch it, enjoy it. And then very mindfully lengthen your exhale. That's where the healing is. And let's Om together one time. I won't be able to hear you. Inhale. Om. Thank you all for joining me in Yoga for Cancer, and I hope that you will find us again next Monday at 2 p.m. Know that this will be recorded and you can find it on our website at any time. Thank you for being with me and sharing these moments. And thanks to Dale and Sheila and Kathleen. Namaste.